Having good titles and descriptions can be the icing on the cake to keep your audience engaged. Hi everybody, I'm FREEHIT and I have a channel called English in Brazil where I teach English to Brazilians and discuss a variety of topics. When I started my channel 4 years ago, my content was the only and most important thing. But now I see that good titles and descriptions are also very important to make people decide to watch your videos or not. So let's start talking about title. The title is actually the first thing that I think of when I start planning a new video. With so many channels talking about the same stuff, having a lot of subscribers does not necessarily mean that you'll have a lot of views. So basically, we'll have to convince your own subscribers to watch every new video you make. And the title is a key aspect to influencing people to make this decision. A good title has two main characteristics. It's searchable and attractive. A searchable title is common enough that when people search for something on Google or YouTube, your video is one of the suggestions that comes up. And an attractive title is interesting enough to make people click on your video when they see it on their timeline. Let's suppose I want to make a video about the verb to be. So I could think that, well, so the verb to be is a very basic topic, so the title of my video could be English Class 1, Karina Fragoso, which is my name. But the problem is that this title isn't searchable and isn't attractive at all. Who would search for my name if nobody knows me? So maybe the title of the video could be Everything About the Verb to Be. It is still searchable, but it's more attractive. You feel that you learn a lot from this video, so people tend to click more. 5 tips to master the verb to be. It's searchable and attractive, and lists are also interesting because they can help you increase your watch time, as people will want to know what the 5 tips are, so they will watch your video until the end. Now let's talk about descriptions. And it's worth spending some time writing descriptions for at least 2 reasons. Number 1, user experience. Viewers can read what your video is about before they watch it, which can determine their decision to click on your video. And number 2, search results. YouTube systems are getting better and better about understanding what's in your video, but titles and descriptions are still super important. Using keywords to describe your content can also increase your chances of being found on YouTube. Are your thumbnails as good as they can be? I'll be discussing that in our next masterclass video. Stay tuned. There are so many channels on YouTube, so how can you encourage people to subscribe to your channel? And how can you convince your own subscribers to click on your videos? Hi everybody, I'm Karina Fragoso and I have a channel called English in Brazil where I teach English to Brazilians and discuss a variety of topics related to second language acquisition. When I started my channel 4 years ago, there weren't so many channels doing the same thing I do, but now it's getting harder and harder to stand out on YouTube. even if your channel has a very specific niche like mine. People have a lot of options and subscribe to dozens of channels on YouTube. So in this series, I'm going to share some things that help me stand out among educational channels in Brazil, which can also help you maximize your chances of success. This first video, we are going to talk about the look of your channel and how it can influence people to follow you or not. First, let's talk about your channel banner. You can think of your channel homepage as a storefront. It's the first thing or one of the first things that people will see when they find your channel. And it helps people understand what your channel is about. When people see my banner, for example, they immediately understand what the channel is about. There's my logo saying English in Brazil, which is self-explanatory. There's my picture and my name, which helps me strengthen my brand. It says that I post videos every week, which is important because it shows people that they will always find new content on my channel. It also describes what type of content people will find on my channel. Pronunciation tips, linguistics, English classes, study tips, culture and travel. I didn't have a proper banner when I started my channel, but I started to notice that it does influence the way I see other people's channels. Using specific colors and designs is important for establishing your identity. So as you can see, my colors are blue, pink, and gray. And now let's talk about the About tab. And maybe you never paid too much attention to the About tab, but you should. Firstly, because it helps people immediately know more about you and your channel. In my case, people will find information about my career as a teacher and linguist, and also about the topics I discuss on my channel. And secondly, because it can be found on Google search. And that's why it's super important to use keywords in your channel description. Finally, let's talk about the trailer. And I gotta confess that I don't have one yet. Shame on me, I know, I'm sorry. But I really like it when people summarize the content of their channels in a trailer. The trailer is a quick snapshot into a YouTuber's personality and content, and it helps to engage the viewer before they subscribe. And I know it works on me because it definitely influences my decision to subscribe to a channel or not. I'd rather start working on my trailer. Okay, so you've learned about the channel, but what about your specific videos? How can you get people to click and watch? In the next masterclass video, I'll tell you. Be sure to watch.
ಅದೇ ಮನೆ ಇದೆ.
ಏನು ಮಾತಾಡಲ್ಲ
ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಆಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಬೇಕಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ
ಆಡಕ್ಕೂ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಬೇವರ್ಸಿಲ್ಲ
Boundary 4.
ಸಾಲಿಡಾಗಿದೆ ವಿಕೆಟ್ ಸಾಲಾಗಿಲ್ಲ
ಆಡಿ ಫುಲ್ ಆಡಿ ಸಕಲಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಬ್ಯಾಟಿಗೆ